start, could you
Yeah.
tell us about Harmony of the Heart and the inspiration behind this film?
So I play Violet McKay, who is a music therapist, and she's been given a challenging task to help a patient regain his ability to speak. And if she is not successful, she doesn't graduate. So the stakes are very high. And then on top of that, the patient just happens to be her professor's brother. And along the way, she meets Dr. Blake Williams, who's Charles's open heart surgeon, but also his grandson, who's a huge skeptic. So that's another obstacle thrown her way. But throughout the process of working together to help his grandfather and my patient, we open our hearts to each other and we fall in love. And there's a lot of music, which is great. And I'm a musician, so I wanted to write about two things that I love so much. I love love and I love music. And I'm absolutely blown away by music therapy, and I believe in it. And I believe that music has an extraordinary capacity to heal. So it was important for me to write a story where it was filled with hope, and it's about resilience. And I felt like it was important. I had never seen a movie about music therapy before.
Yeah, and you're a multifaceted talent, and you can tell from your writing how deep your connection is to music. What came first for you, acting or music?
Well, there's home videos of me singing when I was 3, but I was also performing. So I think I've just always been doing both. And that's what's been so cool about writing these projects and executive producing these projects. I always try and add original music into all of
Mhm.
them. And I've been doing that since the beginning. Like, I was lucky enough to write for my character on 90210. Adriana, I wrote all of her music. And then over the last couple of years, I've been writing songs for different Hallmark projects. And my first script that I sold was called Over the Moon in Love, and that was for Hallmark. And I wrote the music in that one. And then this one is now my second script that I've seen from conception to completion, which is just unbelievable. But it was actually the very, very first script I wrote. So I wrote this one before anything else. And I had this year where I was auditioning, and it was a weird pilot season where I kept getting very close and not booking. And I forced myself to write every night for an hour. And then that slowly evolved from writing from 9 to 5, and I would break for lunch. And I didn't do it to sell a script. I did it just to remind myself why I got into this business in the first place.
Mm.
And I fell in love with it. It was incredible. So Harmony from the Heart is the first time that I ever wrote the end on a document. And that was a success within itself for me.
Like you're just saying, not only are you starring in the film, you wrote, produced, and created original music for it. How challenging was it to wear all those different hats?
It was very challenging, but so rewarding. So even on the days that were hard, or if there were so many moving parts, and if things were just like not going as smoothly as we anticipated, I was just so unbelievably happy to just see my vision come to life. And this movie in particular, like, I've never been so involved in the creative process, from everything, like from the location scout to the art direction to the sets and the wardrobe and the casting. So this was unbelievable. The hardest part for me, acting opposite these incredible actors playing my characters, was I just wanted to stop and stare. Like, there were moments where they would be doing such a great job, and the writer in me would want to be like, oh my goodness, that was unbelievable. But I'm acting opposite them, so can't do that. But yeah, this whole thing was just incredible. And I wanted to do something a little different. I think we break the formula here. It's a
Mhm.
rom-com. And yeah, there's lots of romance and music, but instead of going to a town and saving the town or saving a festival, I wanted to save a person. And I thought that was something different. And I really liked that. And I think there's just a lot of depth here. And I wanted to create a backstory for both of our characters. And I think once you learn about Blake Williams and what he's been through and what my character has been through, you care about them and you want them together, and they share a lot of stuff in common. And for me, it was important to add in the storyline with my character's grandmother because I wrote this movie and dedicated it to my grandmother. And I actually named Violet after my great grandma.
Oh, cool. Love that.
Yeah.
As you were writing these characters, did you have these particular actors in mind? And can you talk a little bit about the process of, you're creating and shaping these characters, but then working with the actors so that they can interpret and make them their own?
Yeah, I was involved in the casting process, and it was very clear to me, like when everyone walked in that's in this film, they had taken my vision and multiplied it. Like they were just so talented and so great, and they did such a great job. And I'm all about the best idea wins. So if people came to me and had suggestions or different ideas for their character, I loved that. Like I wanted them to feel involved in the process and to make it their own as well. And so that was really fun. And we had a great time, and we played and we just told a beautiful story, and I couldn't be more proud of it. I think Michael St. John, who plays Charles, did such a great job considering he has no lines in the movie, but he captivates you, and
Yeah.
he just did such a great job and so much research and just brought this depth to that character, as well as Susan Hogan, who plays Marianne. She's just so talented, so good. She can do the light stuff and the scenes baking cookies, but then she can also get really emotional. And yeah, I think we had a dream cast, and I'm really proud of it. And I think, yeah, the sets too, I'm really proud of. I think they look beautiful, and I wanted everything to look sexy. That was like my thing. I was like, you know what, we're filming one of these movies. It's a TV movie. I'm like, but I want sexy lighting. I want sexy sets. I want it just to be beautiful and feel like a feature, and unlike anything anyone's ever seen before.
There's so many moments that are going to stay with audiences after they watch the film. Is there a particular scene that you're really excited for them to see?
Oh my gosh, there's so many, for so many different reasons. I really love the scene in the chocolate shop where Blake opens up to Violet and Violet opens up to him. I think that's a huge turning point for our characters. And I just love it. Like it gives me goosebumps. And then my other favorite scene would have to be the ending of the film.
Mhm.
And all the music, like being able to perform my song 1111 was unbelievable. And that was actually the very last thing we filmed. It was 3
Oh,
o'clock in the
cool.
morning. And then I was out there singing my heart out after a 17, 18-hour day. And I had goosebumps everywhere because I wrote this song specifically for the film, and it's a really special song to me. So that was unbelievable. And also the duet with Jesse. When he signed on, I was so excited because a lot of people don't know what a talented musician he is. And he also rides a motorcycle. And I had written a motorcycle into this script since the very first draft. I wanted this doctor to be cool. And I think that was awesome. So he rides a motorcycle, and Jesse actually rides in real life. So we didn't even need a stunt guy. But yeah, I definitely think the scene at the end where Jesse and I are performing the duet and there's that moment with Charles, I think that for me, like it just gave me goosebumps filming it, and I'm seeing it all edited together. It's just such an incredible moment, and it's what you're waiting for as an audience the entire time.
Speaking of 1111, can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the song? Did you
Yes.
write that first and then start writing the script, or how did that happen?
No, so I actually wrote this script 4 years ago, which is wild. And I've since written many more. I think I'm on script, I'm like script 15 right now or something, or script 20, but like as far as writing goes. But this was, yeah, the first one I did. So wrote that first. It was initially a Christmas concept. And then as I was thinking about it, I decided to just no one told me to do this. I just decided to turn it into a Valentine's Day movie and put original love songs in there instead,
Mm.
because I thought I could play all year long, and I hadn't seen very many Valentine's Day movies in this genre. And then when I was brainstorming the song, I have an amazing team of music producers that I do all of my music with, and I'm getting ready to release my first full-length album soon. But in LA, their names are Aaron Edwards and Corey Wallace, and I do everything with them. They're just my team, and they're so talented. And we teamed up with this other artist named Zyra, and her and I co-wrote 1111. And I told her I love every time you see 1111, you make a wish. So I thought it would be cool to make the chorus all the things you wish you could say to someone, but you're too scared to say it.
Mm, love that. There's a moment in the film that really stood out to me when your character is talking about the power of music and its ability to invoke emotions and memories and turn a day around. When you're having a bad day, what's that song that you turn on?
Oh my gosh, I have so many, but probably S Club 7.
Such a good throwback.
Oh my gosh, huge throwback. It's crazy. I will just, but yeah, either S Club 7 or In Sync, one of the two. We'll put that on. And just instantly my mood is turned right around. I also am I'm a huge Disney fan. I've got a Mickey Mouse
I
phone
love
case.
it.
And so any Disney song as well will also turn your frown upside down, because you can't not listen to Disney music and not smile. So yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned working on this project that you've now been able to apply to, your future scripts? And I know you're getting ready to step into the directing chair soon. I'd love to learn a little bit more about that.
Oh my gosh, there were so many lessons. I think with this, there was just a lot of responsibility. I've never had so much responsibility and power on set. And so I think trusting my voice and knowing that it was, my instincts were right, that was a huge thing for me. And it was such a cool gift that I was able to do that, and to have such an incredible team. We had the best director. Michael Robeson is just so lovely. Our DP Randall Platt made everything look so gorgeous. So yeah, I think that was really cool. And I think this whole project for me, I think a lesson was just, I never gave up on my dream. And this was hard. It's hard to sell scripts. It's hard to get a movie made. And that was a huge thing for me. It could have been so easy to throw in the towel and be like, oh, okay, you wrote a script, so what? But it's no, I really believed in it, and I really wanted to make a film that would affect people and shed some light on this, and hopefully be filled with tons of positivity. And I feel really fortunate to be able to do these kinds of films and to provide people with escapism. And I hope that's what people get out of this one.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue to this next question. But two of the major themes within the film are around resilience and hope. What do you hope audiences take away after they see it? And has that now changed given the crazy past 2 years that we've had?
Yeah, I think, I would love people to just keep their hope alive, and know that it's never too late, whether that's wanting to find your dream job or your future person. You just never know. And I think that's the coolest thing about this whole thing, is just believing and having that hope and that faith that it's going to work out, and opening your heart. I think that's a really big thing too. And I think that can be scary at times. And that's what you see my character and his character do. And so, yeah, I'd love for people to take that away. And then I'd also, love to shed some light on music therapy. And even if it's something small, even if it's somebody's having a bad day, and after watching this film, they're like, oh, I'm going to go put on my favorite song and feel better. That's cool. That's very cool. I just want people to feel better.
But and I got one final question for you. You talked about it already. You're getting ready to release your first album. Is there anything you can tease
Mhm.
about it? And if you had to select a song off that album that best encompasses who you are as an artist, which would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. Yes, so my album is called Elemental, and I directed a visual album, and it's something I'm very, very proud of. It's one long short film, and it's 7 music videos, and each video is a different element. And there's natural disasters within each element and each video, and they serve as metaphors. And it's basically a story of all of the ups and downs we face and the cocktail of emotions we face when we're leaving a relationship and we are finding ourselves again, and then we're open to finding new love. And it's something that I'm unbelievably proud of. I've worked really hard on. So I don't know how to choose one because all of these songs mean so much to me. And I've been working on them for a really long time. And it's something that was a dream of mine as well. Like I've done music over the years, wrote for my character on 90210 and for these films, but I've never actually done a full length album before. And so this music is very special to me. Uh, and it's a blending of genres. It starts in one place and it ends somewhere completely different, which is
Oh,
the
cool.
entire visual album as well when you're watching it. And so I wanted that to be the case. So I don't know if I have a favorite. They're all my babies and for different reasons, but I have a song called Hunter that will be the first single coming out very soon.
Very cool.